everyone, welcome back to Star Wars Stories. Today I'm going to be talking about my top 3 favorite Star Wars movies. As always, leave your top 3 favorite Star Wars movies in the comments, and let's go and jump right into it. Starting off with my number 3, we have Attack of the Clones. I really like Attack of the Clones because we see Obi-Wan go to Kamino. In search of Jango Fett, we see and find out there's millions of clones ready to be used at the Republic's disposal. Then we see him go to Geonosis, have some issues there, needs help. Then we see Padme and Anakin go to Geonosis, gets in trouble there, needs help. Then we see the Jedi and the clones come in, and it's really cool. And then we see Anakin and Obi-Wan go after Dooku. But I really like Attack of the Clones because my favorite time period is the Republic time period. It's my absolute favorite, especially during the Clone Wars. And so I really like Attack of the Clones because it's the beginning of the Clone Wars, which I absolutely love, and I think it's so good, and I need to rewatch that because I haven't rewatched that in a minute. So I need to rewatch that one again because it's just so good. But so Attack of the Clones is my number 3. I think it's just so good, and I cannot get over how good it is. Moving on to my number 2, we have Rogue One, which I just made a whole video about, but I really like Rogue One. It's so good. It adds so much depth. It adds so much depth into the other movies. It's so good. I literally just got done rewatching it on Saturday. Oh my word, I love Rogue One. It's so good. It's so entertaining, and I will never get over how good it is. I do feel like it's very underrated, but it's so good, and I will never get over how good it is. I know that people are like, oh my word, Rogue One, really? I'm like, yeah, because it's so good. And one of the reasons why I really like Rogue One is because we see that Jyn wants nothing, and I mean nothing to do with the rebellion. She doesn't want to fight for it, doesn't want to help, nothing to do with it. And then her father dies for the rebellion. She doesn't want her father to have died for nothing. So then she gets the Death Star plans, transmits them to the rebellion, and she ends up dying for the rebellion as well as Cassian and everyone else, and including K2, which I was like, I swear to you, every single time, like in the movie, every single time one of them died, I was just like, no! And then K2 died, I'm like, oh, this is not good. And then, crud, what was I gonna say? And then, shoot. And then Jyn and Cassian, I'm sorry, I could not think for a second. And then Jyn and Cassian died, I'm like, even though, like, I knew it was gonna happen, it's still, like, every single time I watch it, it's still painful. It's like, I don't like it. It's so good, it's just, like, their deaths are always, like, so sad, but I enjoy Rogue One so much. It's so good. And I feel like it's definitely very underrated, but it is so good, and I will never get over how good that is. Moving on to my number 1 spot, you guys know it's The Phantom Menace. The Phantom Menace is my all-time favorite movie. I really like it because we get to see Anakin's past. We get to see what he was like before he went to the Order. We get to meet his mother. We get to see so many cool things, and I absolutely love it. Another thing that I really like about The Phantom Menace is the fight scenes. We get so many good fight scenes, like Obi-Wan, Qui-Gon, and Maul. Sorry, I about said Anakin there. Obi-Wan, Qui-Gon, and Maul. We get Qui-Gon and Maul several times. Sorry. Oh my word, I'm tired. So, we get to see Qui-Gon and Maul fight several times. Like, it's just so good. Like, the fight scenes are so good. Every single time I watch The Phantom Menace, I'm like, oh my word, Qui-Gon, no, he's gonna live this time, and then he doesn't. I'm like, I know it's gonna happen, but I always hold out hope. I'm like, not this time, even though I know it's going to happen no matter what, it's still always like, I don't want it to happen, I don't want it to happen, I don't want it to happen. But yeah, The Phantom Menace is my favorite, and I also got to see it for the 25th anniversary. I went with my brother to see it for his birthday. I took him there, and it was so fun, and we had a good time. We went to, like, a later night showing, which was really fun, and I'm glad I got to do that for him. I'm glad I got to do that with him for his birthday. Those are my top 3 favorite movies. I hope everyone has a fantastic day, and as always, God bless. Bye, guys.